Hey guys, it's Bonds, and Jesus Christ, Critical Critique Daniel. Yes, on the 18th of August at 6 in the morning, Andrew and General released Critical Critique Daniel T Gaming, and I think it is flawed. I like the Avery one. The Avery one had good points, and I like the Exik and Yin one. That was good as well. But I think that this one is extremely flawed, and I needed to give my opinion on it. That isn't just a tweet that nobody will see. So without further ado, let's ruin another online friendship that I had.
Daniel made PC and phone wallpapers for his character and his backgrounds. Personally, I don't understand why people would use that, or why people want to have your logo as their background on their phone or computer. Like, imagine if I put my assets on my Twitter and expected people to use them. It would kind of come across as like egotistical in a way. Danny made Christmas decorations of Nessie and expected his fans to use them. He even put in a little scissor marker to show where you cut out the Nessie, and he even made a fucking Daniel T gift tag. There's another point which could probably single-handedly prove that Daniel thinks of himself very, very highly, therefore giving him the entire point of granting a sense of self. There's a fan game about Daniel, but the thing is, Daniel's making his own fan game.
There's a bit of a theme between a couple of these points that it's up to interpretation on what you think Daniel might be doing and what you should feel about this. Personally, I think that he just likes to make things and he likes to show people what he's made. But again, it's up to interpretation. Of course, you chose the worst interpretation because you're a stupid gay person, but whatever.
He follows things up in his subscriber specials and says, "I'm not bragging," but it's pretty goddamn obvious that he's bragging.
I was just some smug idiot who rants on other people and makes music in Minecraft No Block Studio and does art. Like, how did that cost $50,000? Like, that's insane to me. I'm not bragging, I'm not subtle bragging, I'm not micro bragging, I'm not doing anything like that.
I don't see how that's bragging, really. If you look at the clip, you can see that he's actually making a self-deprecating joke, which is the opposite of bragging. He's saying, oh friggin' I'm so surprised I got this many subs even though I make these types of friggin' stupid videos. I guess that's happened. That isn't really bragging, that's just a normal reaction to having 50,000 subscribers for making the types of videos he does.
See, what happens next is what irritates me. He puts in a little message saying Scribbles was here with a kiss. See, if he left it at that, it'd be pretty wholesome and subtle. But what he had to do was make an entire f***ing big deal out of it by making it like giant
of romance.
Oh my god, what a heinous crime. He used a sound effect.
The execution of the entire intro just comes off like Daniel trying to show off the fact that he has a girlfriend and his underage fan base doesn't. And fair enough to him, it's Valentine's Day. But I think it's like, I've got a girlfriend, I'm not gay. Please believe me.
Again, that's another point that's up to interpretation. I personally don't see it that way. I see it as a remark that any video released on Valentine's Day talking about something like this would say. I was supposed to spend my glorious Valentine's Day with the love of my life that I have, but apparently I have to not do that so I could watch this stupid cringy video. I do agree with what you said with the Valentine's video being a bit hypocritical or whatever, but that's again up to interpretation and stuff.
Oh, so cancer is taken seriously, but not suicide. Just watch this. Jesus Christ, could you just stop already?
If you wanted to know how this all ties back into the original point, getting angry at the videos and even shouting at some points proves his fantasies of unlimited power.
You heard it here, folks. If you've ever screamed for comedic effect, you're saying that you think you're the most powerful being in the entire universe that could do anything and nobody will stop me. Mwahaha.
This is like a very bad point, I'm gonna admit that first of all.
Oh, okay. At least you warned me that you're wrong.
Daniel really loved the post. It's my birthday, and he even drew art of himself with a birthday hat on it. And it came across as him fishing for compliments.
Oh no, how arrogant of him. He celebrated his birthday.
And he And when he got a bunch of compliments, he then posted on Twitter saying he might get shadow banned for him saying thank you to all the birthday comments, trying to humble himself down. Daniel, you should not have indirectly asked for birthday wishes, and then followed up by saying, Both guys, stop birthday wishing me. I'm gonna get shadow banned for it.
I'm really gonna have to give you a little bit of a history lesson for a thing that you were around during the time of this happening, so you should know. You should know that this is wrong. In June, there was this big thing that Twitter employees were shadow banning people, whatever the actual technical terminology of that is, for using the phrase thank you in their tweets. This isn't him saying, oh, you stop giving me all these complaints. There's just too many complaints because my ego can't do whatever. No, it's just him making a joke about making a topical remark. Again, you're around during this time. You should know this.
There's also a case of him thinking he could get Razer to make him a Nancy Brown of headphones because PewDiePie got a pair.
Apparently you didn't read the tweet because it said, if I were able to do that, it would be awesome. That tweet was just him like fantasizing, like, oh, it would be so cool if that were to happen one day. A man can dream. It's not him friggin' delusionally thinking, yes, I am definitely going to get them to do this one day. I will stop at nothing to make sure I get a pair of headphones.
You told a 9-year-old to stop singing and you're like, what, 14 at the time? It's like, what?
He's a fucking 26-year-old man.
Daniel also made a video on Minecraft Awesome Parodies, and a solid chunk of the video was Daniel going on about how MCIP had more subscribers and views than him.
How does this person have 14,000 subscribers? 14,000!
He didn't understand how the Pokemon Go kid had over 100,000 subscribers.
I know what you're thinking. Daniel, you're just being too harsh on this kid. No, I'm not. The kid actually deserves it. He shouldn't be making this type of stuff. He shouldn't even deserve to have his own YouTube channel that has 100,000 subs.
I don't see anything about that as like entitled in any way. Sure, he's complaining that someone has more subs than him, but you can agree that Minecraft Awesome Parodies and Misha have worse content than Daniel, so at least it's justified for him to complain. But I think that this is just him not getting irony and not getting the fact that people can subscribe to channels ironically as jokes.
Daniel made a sequel to his album, and at the start of the video he mentioned that he had like a struggle, and he mentioned that his girlfriend had an attempted suicide. Personally, there are some things about your personal life that I think you shouldn't share online, one of them being suicide.
This isn't really like a lack of empathy thing, it's just giving context for why the album has the tone that it does. It isn't so apathetic to say, hey, my girlfriend tried to commit suicide. That's the opposite, actually.
Daniel's extremely envious of other commentary channels, and in his early videos, he was, and still is, fixated on living up to Pyro and sucking his dick.
Man, it was really good up until you just said all the things that everyone else has already said a million times. Yes, people have complained that he is a ripoff of Pyro, and he thinks too highly of Pyro Cynical. You could have taken that point out and slowed down the clips of Daniel speaking so that we can understand it, because that's not a good point. That's not a good point. Everyone's already said that point a million times. It doesn't make it like a bad point, it's just like, why is it in there? It shouldn't be in there. Everyone's already said all this stuff.
During the entire 2016 Awesome Parodies channel / Troll channel fiasco, Daniel seemingly got angry at every single video coming his way, and he even made 31 videos on cringe that I've counted. The annoying thing about it is Daniel was aware about it, and he fed into the troll channels, therefore making more of them. Daniel feeding into the troll channel just made a community of awesome parody channels trying to get attention from Daniel. And the idiotic thing that Daniel did was, Daniel fed into it.
And again, talking about the Awesome Parody situation, that's like the first thing people do when they complain about what Daniel's done. You don't even like say an original point about the Awesome Parody situation. It's just everything that everyone else has already said. You could like cut those parts out. That's just yeah, those are useless points to keep in the video. In conclusion, I agree with some of the things said in this video. You can see I kind of jumped around the video a little bit because I had to cut out the points that I do agree with, but these points that I talked about have problems that I see. Anyways, in conclusion, he gay boy, I'll see you all in the next video, and goodbye.